I'm doing is I'm 100 on this thing, foam block thingy. I've grabbed it because they don't have sanding blocks. So what I'm going to do when I go to the next crit, I'll grab this. And then I use this as my sanding block because I didn't have one. So yeah, I just want to go like this. And just dab it in water. Like so. Go like this, and go back up like this, and just sand all this down, and away you go. Do it in a crisscross pattern, so you switch it every direction. Oh, I messed it up. I'm gonna come all the way down about here, right about where my finger is, where I'm gonna go. So just keep going like this. I need more water. All I do is just dip it in water up there, like so on. Should got a rag up here, but oh well. So your water up there, and just keep going working it. So I'll be back once I'm done with this, and move on to the next grit. Pretty sure everybody knows by now, but every once in a while you want to grab a brush. This is a black tip one. I got like 2 other one of these, but you don't want to use the other 2 on this. This one you can use it on here. You just want to clean your sanding paper or sponge off, or whatever you're using to sand down. And the sand, just clean it off, and then probably move to this one because it's more finer than this, so it'll get it done faster than the sanding block. Or basically for me, the sanding sponge, because they didn't have a sanding block, but I'm going to use that as a sanding block. Basically, put it somewhere. That. Boom. Now you got a sand, or a thing on your block, basically, and then you go back and forth, make sure you wipe it down. That's why I got that whole bucket there. It's not far from the water hose. That's all I got for a bucket. So yeah, every once in a while, just grab your brush, clean it off, and away you go. And I got microfiber towels. You don't use this to clean, you use the towel cloth to clean. But once I get this part here, once I get all this done, I'm ready to go on to the next stage. Then I'll use this hand glass cleaner. That way I get rid of all this stuff. I don't have like an air compressor out here. I don't know where the air compressor is at the moment, so I won't be able to use that to blow it off. So I'm doing this officially all DIY. Like I said, just go back like this. Switch direction like so. That is my first time, by the way. So yeah, you just switch your direction like so. Basically, hopefully I can get it done. I don't have any body filler. I wish I did, because if I did, I would patch. I have like 2 little pin-sized holes here. I didn't realize it was through, or starting to go through. So I don't have any body filler or anything like that to patch those 2 holes. So I'm just gonna paint it for now, and then when my next trip down there, I will get some if they have any, and I'll patch those holes the right way. But for now, I'm just gonna go through and get this done, because I don't want this whole area to start decaying and it to go through. So yeah, I'll be back once I get this done, and I'll show you guys what it looks like. So yeah, just go back like this. Make sure you get water on that. Like I said before, I'm gonna just use this as a sanding block because I don't have one, and they didn't have one at CarQuest. So yeah, that'll basically work as a sanding block. So that's how you guys get this. So once I get all this down to where I want it, I'll be back and show you guys the next part. Pretty soon I'm gonna dig this all the way down to clean it like that, but I'm not having any luck. It's not working the way I thought it would. So that's like the best I can get it with what I have. I even dug out the brush saws. Yeah, that's the best I can do it, but it's pretty smooth, so I'll tape and I'll rip this foam book up that I have, and I'll start taping it up, and then I'll primer it with this primer. This is all I had. Then I got paint and primer. I'm not sure how this works, so I'm going to do 1 coat of this stuff, then 3 coats of this stuff, and then 3 coats of gloss. Or, I mean, clear coat. That's what I meant. So I'm gonna taping this up, and I'll be back. This painting job, but it's my first time. But hopefully it'll work. I'm gonna paint up in here later. I'm just gonna do this part now. Yeah, it's pretty smooth. So what I'm gonna try to do is, what I will do is I'll come up here again, and I'll tape over this again. That way I get rid of it. Or because I'm coming from about here down to about here, so I'm gonna get some more tape and newspaper and go over here like so, and just cover this part up because I'm just going down here. That's gunk from that holds the diffuser or whatever the heck it's called in place. So that's what that is. So I'll get rid of that and clean it up again. Then yeah, so I'll be back when I'm ready to primer it. So the map of the trunk turned out decent. Don't know why it's about one as well. So far it's decent. I guess that's how the primer is. So let's sit and dry, and then I'll come back to it just like the rocker panel. For these 2 areas to dry, I'm gonna look and see if I find any other areas I should hit. This part here, it's not bad. I should also get rid of the wing, take it off, and then put it underneath it, but I might save that for another day. So look for another spot to do, and I'll just blot out my trunk so I'm sanding down and pretty much all ready to prime now. So primer it, and then I'll probably go back over on that side, sand it down, and then get a coat of that paint and primer down and see what it does. Into primer now, so what I'll do is I'm just gonna test on the rim. Okay, using this as a test because I'm gonna sand these down with a water wheel on my Dremel, and I'm gonna repaint them. So I just wanted to get a feel for how this sprays. Sprays pretty nicely. Okay, now I'm gonna let that dry for about 15 minutes. It actually went on nicer than I thought it would. Cool. So let it sit down, and then I'll sand it down a little bit, and then I'll hit it with this paint and primer. So while I wait for this to finish, I think I got a little spot on my door. Yeah, I got this little spot here to do, so I might do that at the same time. Or I might hold off on that, and I noticed I got some overspray. Oopsie. That's one thing that I hate about the wind. Yep, she's not coming off. That's one thing about the wind I hate. Oh well. I hate the wind. I'm gonna try to just get this off if I can. Oh well. The taping didn't work like I thought it would because of the wind. I hate the wind. So I got primer. I gotta hit that spot. I'll get some paper or some newspaper, and I'll cover this area up. I'm gonna try to get this off if I can. So far, it's actually pretty dry. So I'll sand it down with 1,500 grit. I got 2,000. I'm ready to use 2,000 if I want to, but I will later. So what I'll do is sand this down with 1,500. Then I'll hit it with this stuff, paint and primer. I want to do at least 3 coats of this, and I believe 3 coats of the clear coat. So I'll give it a try and see how it turns out. Hopefully it turns out well. And you can see that hole right there. Should fill it in, but I don't have the stuff. So next time I run down to CarQuest, I'll repaint this little area if they have bifiller. That's all I'm gonna need. So yeah, I'm gonna spray some of this on my tire and make sure it matches my car. And these are gonna get painted soon. Yeah, that pretty much looks like it matches my car. I'm gonna paint up here as well. I got my trunk pretty much primed in. So I'm gonna sand this down. And my tack cloth, I got my tack cloth up there, as you can see the plastic for it, one of them. and I got a 6-pack. I got the 6-pack off of Amazon. Came in like 3 days early, so I'm happy about that. Anyway, I'm gonna stop talking, stand this down, and then I'll come back when I'm ready to spray it with this. So I tested, I still got like considerable use that I need to. This is, like I said, this is my first time and I did a bad job. Did a bad job on the phone. It looks okay until you get up close. It's bubbling. This stuff goes on weird. So I'll let it dry off and then I'll hit it with 1500 grit again. Then I'll hit it with thinner coat. This is my first time doing this, and you don't want to be up close with it because they create runs. You want to be back about here and whatever. So I'll let that sit, and I'll go over and check the trunk and probably do it on the trunk because the trunk should be dry by now. So hopefully I do a better job on that. Like I said, it's my first time, so that's alright for a first time, I guess. So I'm back for that with the aftermath. Here's a little update. This is my door. I used these brushes, and I tacked it and glass cleaner it with a modifier towel and then primered. I'm pretty certain I got 1 coat of that on it. This one's at like 4 coats. I might do 1 more, but it's not too bad. Looks like there's like, okay, that's right. Looks like there's runs or whatever, so I'll sand it, give it a good sand, and then I'll debate if I want to clear coat it or do 1 more coat. My trunk, it's gonna get clear coat. It's gonna get sanded, then it's gonna get clear coated. I think it's wet still. So it's at like 4 coats now on that one. And this one's at 4 coats as well. I'm gonna give it a good sand in, and then I'll debate if I want to clear coat it again. Probably hit them with the 2000. So that's an update. So yeah, with this door, like I said, I used those 2 water brushes, the silver one and the bronze looking one, to get the rust done. I hit them with that on that side as well. So tomorrow, if the weather is nice, I'll come up here and I'll do this area here, same up on the bottom, as you can see. I'll hit that with a hammer, train that back out. Might even do this little spot right here where my finger is. I'll do this little part. I was debating about leaving it, but I'm gonna do it. I might as well do it. I got the stuff. I'll do this part of my spoiler, take the spoiler right off. Do this part as well. Do that little part on the spoiler as well. Hopefully the weather is nice tomorrow. Then, like I said before, I'll come in here and I'll do this, at least on this fender, the outside. This edge here is nice. It's just in here that needs to be done. And I think those are the last spots. I got oh yeah, I think I got 1 more spot on the door. On this door right about, yeah, right here. This little spot that I had to do with the door closed. So I got that spot, and then the door will be done. Oops. Yeah, so I'm gonna sand this down with my 1500. Then I'll clean it again, then I'll spray it with Nurco, and that'll be the same coat. It's about to get dark here because it's like 8 p.m. I believe right now. So I'll leave all the tape on it. And I'll wake up in the morning at probably 8 a.m. Come out and do some work. Hopefully it's good weather tomorrow, because I want to get done. This room here was my test room for my paint, make sure it would match. Eventually I'm going to take these rims right off and I'll water wheel them. And then I'll give them good paint. I'm going to do primer, probably 2 coats, and then clear coat. That way they'll probably last forever. Mostly they just paint them, and then they don't do a primer or clear coat on them, but I will. That way they should last a long time. Only 3 are going to be done. The 2 rears and then the driver's side, because this one here is bent and I got another side in there that I'm going to get one of those demounted, and we'll get this tire on here and mount it on one of those rims. That way it won't be bent anymore, because I'll show you. Still really bent right there. Right up here is where it is. It's pretty noticeable. I don't trust it, so I'll get it replaced. So I'll come back with an update when I'm ready to do the clear coat. What I did today is I did this door. It needs to be clear coated 2 more times. But turned out not too bad. And this part was the worst part, and it actually turned out decent. I got clear coated 2 more times. It's not too bad. You know, better than I thought it would. And I gotta do this tomorrow. Gotta do up here tomorrow when you can see the rust. I gotta clear coat this 2 more times, I believe. That didn't turn out too bad either. I gotta do up here as well tomorrow. Right down here I gotta do tomorrow as well. This one needs to be clear coated 3 times. I just have paint on it. That is not tape line, is it? Wait, that is my paint. That is a tape line. How the? Oh yeah, it's this spot. Oop, I touched it. Oopsie. Oh well. The paint's not good on this car anyway. The whole car's not good. And the roof's not good. I'm not gonna do the whole roof because I'm not gonna touch the roof. I'm gonna get a shop to do it in the future because it's a big panel, and doing it by spray cans, that's gonna be a nightmare to do. But yeah, that's what I did today. And tomorrow I'll come in the morning. Hopefully it's not raining. Hopefully it's good weather. So I finish clear coating it, and then I can finish painting and hopefully get done tomorrow. Neighbor had some vinyl, so I used it. I didn't show the process of it because pretty basic, basically. Tons of stuff there. You get hardener, and then you have like a main scraper in there, and then I use some ram sign that was in the yard as a spreader, and now it's nice and smooth. Could probably add a little bit more here, but not gonna bother because it's pretty good. I had a pinhole here and like a little pinhole about somewhere down here. I think it was right about where my thumb was, right here. And it's all filled in now. So I just got done glass cleaner it with rubbed off that, and now I'm gonna tack it with my towel. And then I'm gonna paint it 3 coats of that, and then 3 coats of clear. And then this panel will be completely done. Can't believe how well it turned out. I used 320 grit to sand it down, and it sanded out pretty smoothly. I can't believe it. There's no bump at all in it. Could add a little bit more right about in this section, but it'll be fine. It's 97, so it should be alright. Should be alright with little bumps in there, but it's nice for the main part. It's smooth. It's just this whole area was bumpy. But now it's smooth, and then I'll do this whenever I have time. And tomorrow I'm going somewhere, so I won't be able to. And then I start with my trunk. I took the spoiler off. It's 10 millimeters. Yeah, 10. So here's my spoiler. I gotta paint that part, and up there. And then I tossed it back on the car. First thing, just getting those areas painted. The one on this side is on, the driver's side is on its 2nd coat, I believe, and then this one's on like its 1st coat of black. So I'm gonna get this painted, and then so on, I'll move on. And the door I gotta sand down because I have like a bad looking tape line. I didn't do too good of a job. I'll show you. As you see, that's the tape line I'm talking about. I'll sand it smooth, and then I'll go ahead and I'll clear coat it again. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to sand that tape line away, fade it in, and then I'll clear coat it, and it should be alright. So come back when I'm ready to do these parts, I think. Take this part off. These bolts here that are holding it on, they're 8s basically. 1, 2, and then yeah, so there's these 4. These are all 8s that are holding that. They're all from factory. There's no paint back there, so I painted it. Now I'm gonna clear coat it. Clear coat it 3 times, and then throw that piece back on, and it should not rust now. Slowly getting there. Yeah, so I just had to clear coat this, coat the kiwi up. That way it'll look like it's supposed to. And it won't, that way it'll keep working. To map for painting, I even took this latch off to the back of it and did where it's mounting to. People that welded this, they did not do a good job because this weld is not even connected to anything. They didn't do good at all when welding that, so it's got re-welded. It back there, it's all put back together nicely. Because back from the from factory, they don't paint under this. So I noticed there was rust showing here, so I took these off. Got my Dremel and I basically dug these deeper. That way the screwdriver, they won't strip out next time you do this with the screwdriver because they were painting off. And by doing that, I even tightened this up a lot more so it doesn't wobble as much as it does. So I got one more bolt for my spoiler, then my spoiler will go back on. I haven't peeled the tape off yet. Use the aftermarket of this fender and the rocker. I got a little bit of primer overspray on, you know. That was before I put the newspaper over it, but that's alright. Should get biofilm, fill that up in, but it'll be alright for now. And I did this side door. Comes all the way down to about there. And I did this part of the door as well. And then show up. Oh, you can't see the tape on that one. Then this one, just I do one more clear coat on that, and then that's done. Or I think this last clear coat. And I did this part, completely done. Then there was like a nasty line here I did. So sanded it down. There's some, this is cracked or whatever, so I painted that for the fun of it. Did this side, so this one turned out pretty good in my opinion. Or it almost did turn out good. It looks like I missed it. I didn't do too good. I didn't use my Dremel on this side. I should have used the Dremel on this side. Did down here on the door. Corners from which there's a nasty line, as you can see. But it's alright, it's at the bottom of the door, nobody can see that. Did this, because there was a little bit of paint on there. There was a nasty crack. Or not crack, I think it was right about in this area. Okay, so it was right about here, and there was like 2 spots down in the middle, so I did them. And then I did this spot here. Tape line, you can see it, but you can't feel it because it's nice and smooth. Or whatever. So yeah, the last thing that needs to be painted on this car is this roof. So by a friend of mine, it's easy to do. You just have to do with spray paint. I just don't have a palm sander. So yeah, I'm not gonna put the spoiler on yet until I can get one more of these. Go down to BMR and get one more of those. Because it's probably right down in here and you can't take this off. I'm gonna have to take the trunk off and wiggle it out, but I'm not going to. I'm just gonna go down and get a new one. If we can't get a special bolt, like if I can't get the same bolt like that, then I'll just get a nut and a big washer. Get a washer about the same size as that, and that'll fix it. And then I gotta get 6 bolts for my grill bracket that I'm making. Hopefully I figure out how to do it right. I got my grill on this, but yeah, thanks for enjoying it, or thanks for watching this video. Hope you guys liked it. And that's the aftermath of painting. It turned out pretty decent. The paint's not perfect on this car, so little oversprays like that, I take it down to 2,000 and re-clear coat. If I wanted to, just like that spot, I take it down, sand it with 2,000, re-clear coat it. I can do that whenever I want, basically. But yeah, that's the aftermath of paint on. These spots turned out alright, I guess. Didn't turn out as good as I thought I wanted them to, but they're alright for now. They'll be alright, because the paint's not perfect on this car. So I hope you guys enjoyed it.